a family from Kremenchuk welcomed a cute mixed-breed dog into their home. The dog was always well cared for and well fed. Marusya was surprisingly well behaved. She did not bark at passers-by and reacted calmly to other animals in the yard. But in November, something happened that changed this dog's carefree life forever. The family bought a new apartment and prepared to move. However, there was no place for Marusya in the new home. They packed their belongings into the car, put their child in, got in themselves, and led Marusya out onto the street. As they drove away, they waved out the window and said, "Goodbye, Marusya." And then it began. Marusya couldn't believe she had been abandoned. She ran to the entrance, scratched at the apartment door, barked, and whined. She wanted to go back home and called for her owners. She refused food offered by neighbors and cried endlessly. The family loaded the car, said goodbye, and drove away. Marusya stayed outside the apartment door, scratching, barking, and whining. She refused food from neighbors and cried tears, reported one neighbor. Marusya continued living outside the door of her former home. Some residents of the building didn't like this and decided to take her to a local animal shelter to protect her from harm. At the shelter, Marusya became even sadder. She completely refused to eat and didn't touch any food for 10 days. Volunteers brought her delicious meals, but she wouldn't even look at them. She curled up in a corner, suspiciously watching the shelter staff. The volunteers tried to make contact with her, but were unsuccessful. Over time, Marusya gradually became more sociable. It took months for her to regain trust in people. Eventually, a couple came to the shelter to adopt a pet and chose Marusya. Surprisingly, she agreed to go with them. Now, Marusya has a new home and loving owners. Hopefully, she will never be betrayed again.